Where do we begin? He opened the book half-way and peered at it. We begin by beginning, I guess. He'll come in, said Mildred, and burn us and the books. The front door voice faded at last. There was a silence. Montauk felt the presence of someone beyond the door, waiting, listening. Then the footsteps going away down the walk and over the lawn. Let's see what this is, said Montauk. He spoke the words haltingly and with a terrible self-consciousness. He read a dozen pages here and there and came at last to this: it is computed that 11,000 persons have at several times suffered death rather than submit to break eggs at the smaller end. Mildred sat across the hall from him. What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. The captain was right. Here now, said Montauk. We'll start over again, at the beginning. Part 2. The sieve and the sand. They read the long afternoon through, while the cold November rain fell from the sky upon the quiet house. They sat in the hall because the parlor was so empty and gray-looking without its walls lit with orange and yellow confetti and skyrockets and women in gold mesh dresses and men in black velvet pulling 100-pound rabbits from silver hats. The parlor was dead and Mildred kept peering in at it with a blank expression as Montauk paced the floor and came back and squatted down and read a page as many as 10 times, aloud. We cannot tell the precise moment when friendship is formed. As in filling a vessel drop by drop, there is at last a drop which makes it run over, so in a series of kindnesses there is at last one which makes the heart run over. Montauk sat listening to the rain. Is that what it was in the girl next door? I've tried so hard to figure. She's dead. Let's talk about someone alive, for goodness sake. Montauk did not look back at his wife as he went trembling along the hall to the kitchen, where he stood a long time watching the rain hit the windows before he came back down the hall in the gray light, waiting for the tremble to subside. He opened another book. That favorite subject, myself. He squinted at the wall. The favorite subject, myself. I understand that one, said Mildred. But Clarice's favorite subject wasn't herself. It was everyone else, and me. She was the first person in a good many years I've really liked. She was the first person I can remember who looked straight at me as if I counted. He lifted the 2 books. These men have been dead a long time, but I know their words point, one way or another, to Clance. Outside the front door, in the rain, a faint scratching. Montauk froze. He saw Mildred thrust herself back to the wall and gasp. I shut it off. Someone the door. Why doesn't the door voice tell us under the doorsill? A slow, probing sniff, an exhalation of electric steam. Mildred laughed. It's only a dog, that's what. You want me to shoo him away? Stay where you are. Silence. The cold rain falling. And the smell of blue electricity blowing under the locked door. Let's get back to work, said Montauk quietly. Mildred kicked at a book. Books aren't people. You read and I look around, but there isn't anybody. He stared at the parlor that was dead and gray as the waters of an ocean that might teem with life if they switched on the electronic sun. Now, said Mildred, my family is people. They tell me things, I laugh, they laugh. And the colors. Yes, I know. And besides, if Captain Beatty knew about those books, she thought about it. Her face grew amazed and then horrified. He might come and bum the house and the family. That's awful. Think of our investment. Why should I read? What for? What for? Why? Said Montauk. I saw the damnedest snake in the world the other night. It was dead, but it was alive.